Hello everyone, Ember here, and welcome back to a new video. In this one I'm going to be taking a look at a Ceruledge rogue deck from the new set, Surging Sparks. So Ceruledge is a very scary Pokemon, frankly. It has two very scary attacks, although this list in particular will just be focusing on Abyssal Flames. You could try and power up Raging Amethyst with the likes of, I guess, Blissey and Trumpet. You could also go like the Lost Zone route. You could do stuff with Crispin, which I might try out in the future, truth be told, but for the purpose of just keeping things straightforward and simple to play, I wanted to just exclusively focus on the first attack, Abyssal Flames. Now this attack does 30 damage and then 20 more for each energy card in your discard pile. Hence why we play an absolute whopping 20 energy. So this is like theme deck levels of basic energy, really. So yeah, that's the deck, really. There's actually nothing else to explain. It really is that simple. I'll just go over the other Pokemon that we're playing, and yeah, that's about it, really. So we have a Squawkabilly EX in here, which I would say is very, very useful just for dumping a bunch of energy if you go first. Now, one thing I will say, though, is Squawkabilly does only have 160 HP, and time again, the reason why I often beat a lot of decks on the ladder right now is because my opponent benches a Squawkabilly and then I can just boss it late game and take two easy prize cards and win, basically. So, just something to bear in mind. So if you don't think you actually need to use Squawkabilly on the first turn of your game, for whatever reason, then, obviously it's not like a necessity. I know the philosophy of it doesn't matter if you give your opponent an option to win, if you win first, of course. But, still something to bear in mind because, 160 is kind of abysmal in this day and age. Fezandipiti is a bit less outrageous because, 210 is significantly better. But the ability Flip the Script also only activates when one of your Pokemon gets KO'd. So it has to be just after your opponent snipes a Charcadet. So maybe this will happen if you have to go second. Or, if Ceruledge eventually goes down, like 270 is still moderately tanky, but, there is still some one-shots going around. Also got Radiant Greninja in here as well, which, is just a must-have, really, with concealed cards being as good as it is. But yeah, that's about it for Pokemon. As for trainers, it's fairly straightforward. 4 Nest Ball, 4 Ultra Ball. Now, you could play Poffin, but I just like the option for Nest Ball because you can find Fezandipiti, Greninja, and Squawkabilly from it. For Ultra Ball, the ace spec of choice is Brilliant Blender, which I still can't get over the translation. Like, why wasn't this just Perfect Mixer? It was great with that name, but yeah. Brilliant Blender says, search your deck for up to 5 cards and discard them, then shuffle your deck, just 5 basic energy and discard them. 4 Trekking Shoes, which allows you to look at the top card of your deck. You may put that card into your hand, and if you don't, discard that card and draw a card. So more times than not, you'll see an energy, which you can then discard and draw another card. 2 Super Odd, because if you end up discarding Pokemon with either the likes of PokéStop, Ultra Ball, or whatever else, if you have to discard one with Shoes, for example, then Super Odd will just allow you to recover Pokemon, and that's basically it. You'll never need this for, like, recycling energy, but just shuffling back some Pokemon back into your deck so you don't deck out in the late game, really. That's kind of like what it's mainly here for. Night Stretcher is also just like, I guess, kind of a strict upgrade to Super Odd in a lot of situations, but Super Odd is just there, again, to make sure you don't deck out at all. Also got a Pal Pad in here, just because we want to run a lot less supporters than what we'd usually want to run, so having a Pal Pad makes sense, and we can get access to it through PokéStop. Also playing 2 Earthen Vessel, which just contributes to finding more energy out of the deck, as well as actually discarding them itself. 4 Research, very self-explanatory, discard your hand, draw 7. 2 PokéStop, you could increase this, but I don't think you need more than 2, really, because it's not, like, massively essential. And 3 Boss's Orders, just because even though your damage output will get very scary very quickly, for a lot of the early game, you kind of just want to snipe these bench hitters like Luminion, Squawkabilly, Fezandipiti, etc. So, just snipe them with boss, get some easy prizes, and yeah. So that'll do it for the deck profile. For those of you who did watch my upcoming Ceruledge EX videos from Japan, this was indeed one of the list. So very excited to try this one out. And yeah, let me know what you think down below. And thank you for watching. Okay, so we are going first. And I'm not going to lie, I think this hand is pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and use an Ultra Ball. I'm probably going to get rid of the Ceruledge and then the Research because I will just be playing out this hand anyways. I probably won't play the other Ultra Ball, to be honest. I will just discard that naturally. However, I will get down a Charcadet, and I think my opponent, well, the energy, well, I didn't actually see their mulligans, but the energy at the start of the game would suggest that they're maybe playing some sort of fighting deck, so no clue what that could be. But what I'll do here is hit them with the Brilliant Blender, and we can discard 5 cards from our deck. I'm absolutely going to pick probably, well, actually, yeah, I think it'll just be all 5 energy. So is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Just double check. Yep. So that's fantastic. And then I will actually shuffle in a Ceruledge back in. And then I'm just thinking, do I want to play PokéStop or not? I'm not really a huge fan of PokéStop without knowing what my opponent is playing, because, you know, it could obviously help them quite a bit, but I'm just going to hit them with a Squawk and Squeeze. And okay, that's actually pretty good. We do get some nice stuff here. I'm tempted to PokéStop now, but I'll Radiant Greninja first and see how things go. Okay, that's quite nice. So we would have discarded the boss's orders if we'd used PokéStop there. I'll just use Earthen Vessel. Discard yet another energy. Get 2 more out the deck. Thinning down quite a bit already. And then I will go ahead and I think I'm just going to attach to Squawkabilly, actually. Yeah, I'm just going to, no, actually, yeah, no, I'll put one on Charcadet. I'm being indecisive. I won't use PokéStop just yet. I'll wait another turn just to see if we actually draw into a Ceruledge or an Ultra Ball naturally. And then after that, we'll just like see how things go. But we have already binned 7 energy, which is a pretty good achievement so far. So just want to see what my opponent does from here on out. We can also, like, if we get desperate, we can attack with Motivate. But the thing is, we don't need to accelerate energy with Squawkabilly because we're not playing the other basic energy. So not really much of a point. Nest Ball and Power Glass. Does that mean I'm up against Galvantula? I think it must be, right? This seems very Galvantula-esque. Joltik. Okay, fair enough. So, Joltik. I mean, Fulgurite's not doing anything to us, really, but the 220 is a bit more efficient than us. And is that a Nacli, did I just see? Okay, they're playing Gargankel, that's interesting. So I believe this is kind of like the starter deck variant or something. Can I please get a Armarouge here? That would just be perfect. I kind of want to PokéStop first. It's probably actually the correct sequencing here. It's not what I wanted. Sod's Law dictates this will be a Ceruledge and not an Ultra Ball. Oh, hey, we got an Ultra Ball. Never mind. Okay. So I can't actually afford to discard both energy here, which is really weird, but I have to conserve at least one. So we'll see how things go, actually. They might concede after this. We'll see, though. Ultra Ball for Ceruledge, and I've already lost track of how much damage we're doing, by the way. Charcadet to Armarouge, Ceruledge rather. I always get Armarouge and Ceruledge mixed up. Boss's orders for the Joltik, please. And then, this is honestly another massive perk with this deck, is that just everything has retreat cost of 1. So they might concede after this, but they might not, we'll see. Galvantula does have kind of annoying attack cost without Crispin and stuff, so, alright, okay, they conceded. I can already tell it's going to be a long day for trying to record gameplay. That's a bit rough. Anyways. Okay, it's Charizard. RP. So, this will be interesting because Charizard and Dusknoir can do quite serious damage to this deck, I think. So, definitely could get some snipes in on Charcadet, and if they have Rare Candy Charizard, then that's obviously quite painful. So, what I'm going to do is, I will Trekking Shoes first, just in case there's a basic, because we do need to, yes, actually I'd like to put that in my hand. Okay, that's pretty cool. So I will Nest Ball, Probably for a Charcadet, and I'm just thinking if I actually just want to hold the hand actually and get Radiant Greninja for a change, or if I should prioritize getting down 2 Charcadets. It's kind of tricky actually. It is a bit tricky here. I think maybe we can try and get another Radiant Greninja. Yeah, we'll get the frog down. We'll see how this goes. Might go very wrong, but Moonlight Shuriken, energy away. Not what I wanted really. Put an energy on Charcadet. And then could end turn. I mean, yes? Question mark? You know what? Sure. You know what? I'll just play it safe. I'll just play it safe. I feel like that would come back to bite me if I didn't. So, I mean, we got the exact same hand again. So, like, that was kind of pointless. But, okay, this is like beat for beat the exact same hand. Also, did I... No, okay, I was going to say, did I discard a Ceruledge before using Super Rod? But no. Okay, fair enough. So if my opponent does indeed have the Rare Candy Zard boss in hand, then so be it, I guess. But we just have to play things a bit slower this time. That's a Dusclops, which is a bit of a shame. That will help him out as well, actually, with the math for KOing my boy, so bit of a shame on that frontier as well. At least Fezandipiti will be providing some useful stuffs. Squawkabilly, okay, that's spicy. I'm not sure how you have deck space for all of this, by the way, but okay. Surprised you're not bricking terribly, but we'll see. At least they can't use Noctowl until they've got, like, one of their stellar Pokemon out, at the very least, so... We've got a boss's orders. Unfortunately, we're not doing nearly enough damage, really. I'm kind of tempted to go after this, though. Not gonna lie. I mean, I know this would be... Actually, no. Let's just see what happens. I'll Radiant Greninja first. Oh, is that all my boss's orders already? Yeah, that's all 3 of my boss's orders. That's a bit brutal. Okay, so how many energies in the discard pile? 3. So we can bring this down if we really wanted to. Which is not a bad idea. Except I'm aware that this is his best way to accelerate energy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to boss up Charmander. And hope this is enough to, like, at least slow him down massively. So then I'll retreat. It's going to take me a wee while, by the way, to learn, like, the best plays with this deck in certain matchups, but it's not every day you play against Cinderace, at the very least. And sadly, we can't Night Stretcher for a Charcadet, it's just Ceruledge in there, so... You know, I'm assuming they will, like, maybe revenge KO us with Dusclops against Radiant Greninja, but at that point we get another prize card, so I'm not really complaining. What we do need, however, is just more stuff in general. And we can start to just, like, target down things with boss's orders. I mean, I wasn't going to research anyway and lose the last boss. I know we have Pal Pad in deck, but I didn't want to research away boss, and now we've just drawn another Ceruledge. We are already down a Rod, so it's maybe not the best idea to just go Super Saiyan Turbo with research. So my bets are that this Dusclops will be used to KO Radiant Greninja this turn, if I had to hazard a guess. He could soften up Ceruledge for a Cinderace KO, maybe. So yeah, that's what they're going for. Unfortunately for him, unless he plays Arno, I will just go after the Squawkabilly. Like, I'm not interested in this, really. I know it's a bit of a pain, but... I mean, if he evolves this, we can't, like, one-shot it, I guess. So he has his own boss, which is absolutely fine by me, because it just means that I can pay retreat cost, and that actually helps us, because it bins 1 more energy, but, you know, that's definitely okay for us, unless he has something to help with the retreat cost, but... Yep, so Radiant Greninja predictably goes down, saw that coming 2 turns ago. Get a prize card for it, though, which is nice. And we're about to leave him with nothing but... Oh, Charcadet's really good. Nothing but Hootoots in play, so I'm genuinely okay with this. So I will attach Energy, Free Retreat Fezandipiti, bench Charcadet, boss. Assuming it goes into my turn. Assuming they don't play a... No, okay, they played a boss. Fair enough. They could play a counter catcher or something. Or wait, no, I'm thinking of the wrong card. For some reason, I still think like Reset Stamps is in standard sometimes and I get paranoid, but no. Getting PTSD from that card. Okay, so Scorbunny is like, yeah, the best threat really they have. So unfortunately, it is definitely falling apart for my opponent. I respect the cooking, but as it's going right now, I mean, we even have the stretcher for Radiant Greninja, which I might do as well. But we'll bench Charcadet anyhow. Then I'll go for the boss play again, this time on the Scorbunny. Then we get to pay the retreat cost, and at this point, we're just, you know, we're cooking basically. There's... Oh wait, we can flip the script as well, that's nice. I'll retreat. I didn't think we could flip the script though. I thought that was just attack damage. Is it not? No, okay, just during your opponent's last turn. Okay, that's nice. I had genuinely had no idea Fezandipiti could trigger if Dusknoir was in play. Okay, that's just perfect though. Bench that. Could Pal Pad double boss in. Might do that actually. Yeah, I'll do that. Pal Pad the double boss. And get them back, which is nice. Love the Getsus artwork. And will I get back Greninja this turn? Seems like I'm pushing a bit too far. It's fine, I'll just use Abyssal Flames. Okay, what is my opponent going to do in this situation? I mean, they can still make a bit of a comeback with Rare Candy Zard, one-shot Ceruledge, stuff like that, but they are pretty far behind, not gonna lie, so... And they conceded, so yeah, okay, fair enough. That was, yeah, fair enough.